Wait, why am I getting a kick?
Well, basically, no longer with the Italians. There is no Italians. Disbanded.
Oh. Oh shit. When the fuck did that happen? What?
Last night.
I never knew that. Who made that decision? Like everyone or?
It's a long fucking story. Certain people made a decision, a rash decision, a very quick one without speaking to majority of us. They were only confined into 3 people to not having a role whatsoever of high command. People that contribute into getting a house in the Mirror Park, as far as like other stuff like benches, computers, and everything else, and this is before I found out, part of this was everyone contributes, didn't even have the house until 72 hours. Apparently there were issues brought within to Veto, my cousin, who was kind of running the Italians, right? About issues within the group. But to be honest, everything was kind of misunderstood and manipulated to make it seem that a lot of people were conspiring against Veto and did not trust him as a leader. For him to feel like to make a decision that maybe this just isn't working and disbanded, right? So when telling us doing so, trying to clear things up, a lot of people were kind of side-blinded by it. Not to mention...
She loves this peer, innit?
Person that we gave control of the house to, which was Eve Summers. Eve
which is
decided
your
that it
brother... No, your
wife.
cousin's wife.
My cousin's wife, yeah.
Got you.
Eve, Carlo, and Fifi, especially Eve, decided that it was
Fifi
a
and Gigi.
smart idea to resell the house and did not tell a single person that they did so. And a lot of people lost their fucking shit, including including the money they put into the house too. Not only that, she didn't even fucking know that you don't
is an
even get your
SK
full
style
money
devious
back
lick.
when you fucking do some shit like that. So she only gave back Veto $50,000 to distribute amongst 8 other fucking people, including a lot of people losing their fucking shit as it is.
$6,250 each.
So
and you
there
invested
were some people
10.
that put in. I invested $10,000. Some people invested $40,000. Some people invested $20,000. She gave back $50,000 to Veto and kept her $100K that she put originally in the house and kept Fifi and Carlos after they conspired and fucked up every person in the entire family to do some side shit like that, and just said like, good luck. It's not my fucking problem anymore.
Yeah, that's actually
didn't
fucked.
tell nobody and fucked up everything. First of all, do you know how hard it is to get a house, let alone to like progress and benefit just from having a house alone? And she did that to people that weren't even involved in the problem and didn't say anything to no one and just resold the fucking house.
So what was the motive? Money? Like they just wanted a bit of money.
I don't know what if they wanted to walk away, they should have just done so. But instead of just, maybe giving the house keys to somebody else, she decided to do that. Honestly, I'm not really affected by it. It doesn't really hurt me, but it hurts the people.
Yeah, but it's the principle as well, isn't it? Even without the money, like.
Yeah, and she should have got stabbed for it.
Did she?
Her, Carlo, and everybody in that group wanted to fuck them up, absolutely. But we didn't. Certain people didn't want to do anything because they wanted the money back first, guaranteed. And then I later find out that, certain things were returned as far as benches and computers and stuff like that. But a lot of certain people's weed racks, and weed got fucking lost. As far as more.
Is that lost or like quotation marks?
Like gone.
Lost.
Like maybe, I don't know if certain people hit a lick, took certain shit kind of thing. So, I mean, we're not a family anymore, so everything's fair game. And I already told certain people about like what she did and Carlo and everyone else that was involved who that did something like that. So everyone know that's fucking shitty and very scummy that she pulled. The fact that I consider her family just for her to do something like that is just so disrespectful.
So what did Luciano think about his missus fucking over his
I don't even
old
think he knows.
family?
I truly don't even think he knows. This was so late in the night. I don't even think he knows yet.
Oh.
And let me, I'm telling you, SK, there was a lot of people in that circle wanting to conspire and just start. But like I said, it's fair game. So who's to say, you know, she was just gonna have to look over her shoulders? Not
Eve.
just her, but Carlo and Fifi.
So Carlo is also your cousin.
No, he is not.
So who the fuck is
Carlo
Carlo?
was just someone that was a family friend that he just was attached to Luciano's nutsack. So when he did leave the family, he didn't really have anything left. The only reason he stayed, right, was because he thought, he, in my personal opinion, could piggyback off my cousin to like leeway to whatever Luciano was fucking up to have a spot in. Can you move, please?
So what did Luciano? Where's Luciano now? Because he left the Italians, right? He
left weeks ago, like a month ago or something. Luciano went to go do his own thing with, I'm assuming, the union.
Which is Lang and all them.
Maybe, possibly, yeah. That's what I figured.
And you think Carlo was trying to earn his way to that point as well?
Absolutely. Carlo has been that type where he is a weasel. He's always had Luciano as covering his tracks of doing something, and then having Luciano cover it up like he can do no wrong. He's a saint.
So
Carlo is back in the day. Carlo, when the whole fucking war happened, and a lot of people had like PTSD because
she said
of it.
he a weasel.
Carlo was the person that was calling Juno. It was making war sounds over the fucking phone.
To a cop.
Yeah, making war sounds to trigger her PTSD.
That's pretty fucked up.
And then got a lot of people else involved to call and make war sounds. Yeah, that's how fucked up he is, and managed to somehow weasel his way back in every single fucking time.
So, Veto, how did he feel about that, disbanding it and then everyone just fucking going at each other?
I love my cousin, but it seemed like he just gave it up. That alone last night just was the cherry on top of like, this is what I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with any more drama or issues.
He inherited a group that was already pre-made and infected with problems.
Yeah, and the thing about it
Where
is he
have I heard
had a
that
high
before?
role, but you know, she wanted that role, and then she, I guess, from what I got from my when I talked to one of my other cousins, it's like, why does she even consider to be in a high position if she was just going to complain about it in the first place? It doesn't make sense. Like, oh, people are coming to me with her problems in A, B, and C. Why the fuck did you sign up for it in the first place?
Did Veto want to be the leader?
He took over.
Like, when you say took over, like he said like, all right, I'm running it now.
Yeah, we didn't even get a chance to see what could be built because it was already snatched under the fucking rug.
So you didn't like get to like voice who you thought should have taken the reins?
No, it was just kind of Luciano left, and Vito needed to be the face of the Italians kind of thing, because they only knew Luciano, like you said. They never knew his brother. It was common just like him and his brother, but it was never both.
So where does that put you now?
I mean, I have no ties to anything of them anymore.
I mean, they're still your relatives though, right? Like, you're never gonna lose family.
I mean, obviously the people that I'm related to blood, yes, absolutely. But as far as everyone else, no. I'm no longer with anyone, so.
I take it right now you're not really sure what you're trying to do, right? Very fresh.
It's kind of one of those things where you have like a security blanket for so long, and when you're finally like don't have it anymore, it just feels weird. Like obviously, I'll probably get over it, but it does suck.
I mean, at least you got the house with the other girls, though, right? Like you can, you have, you personally, like as much as they fucked you over, you can still move forward.
Yeah, and I think a few of
What we
us
getting from Nando's,
was
Bosh?
already very secure even outside of that, right? Because I had things going for me, but the other people I'm just very concerned and worried about because of what are they gonna do now. But I guess it's not my problem anymore.
Nah, definitely not.
You know, I'll be honest.
Nando's ordered.
Lottie, that's Eve's mommy, adopted mother.
So she's on Eve's side.
I'm pretty sure she'll take Eve's side because
Is that why she's not living with you lot?
before like everything conspired happened, it was
Oh,
already
Skull.
reiterated to us that Lottie left the family. I'm gonna be honest.
Get her
I didn't really bat an eye.
crowdfunding.
She didn't really contribute. She kind of complained the entire time.
Oh.
So it really didn't even matter whatsoever that she left. A lot of people didn't really care either. Unfortunately.
Nando's mac and cheese is good, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure she'll take Eve's side. Absolutely, because that is her mom and Luciano is her adopted father as well too.
Damn. So Lottie is no longer with the girl's house because
No, Lottie
of
was
that.
never
she weren't?
no, Lottie was never with the girls as it is. Lottie came around and hanged out with us, sure, but she was never one of us, no. Lottie just recently just came around as far as like hanging like with us, because every time I did invite Lottie, she would complain. She complained in the family, and a lot of people got really upset with like, you know, oh, like I don't really like people who are just only grinding for money. I think we could do something else. I don't really want to do this. I don't really want to do that. It's like I'm gonna be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Lottie, but I'm gonna be honest. What the fuck do you expect?
why
How
didn't
the city
SK
runs?
think
The
of this
economy
guy?
runs on. You're not gonna get anywhere if you don't have any money, sweetheart. And I don't think she got that. And every time we did invite her out, she never wanted to do anything. And a lot of people got really frustrated and upset with it. So a lot of people didn't really care when she left because I'm gonna be honest, it didn't affect anything.
SK about to cash in, baby.
But that's besides the point. But yeah, I think she'll stand with Eve, obviously. And considering that, who's to say what happens to Eve?
can't
Who's
talk
to say
'cause
that
there's a
Lottie
police
probably
car
won't
outside
get
the
it
crib.
too, as far as affiliation, not by me, but as far as affiliation, and she'll probably feel upset when they retaliate. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fucking know what's gonna fucking happen.
So what's the future of Gigi look like?
Hey, where am
I
I?
don't know.
Where are you?
I guess I'm just gonna do what I do best. Probably. Work
I
with
feel like at
Pigeon.
some point SK should talk to Gigi and
Fifty
tell her
percent
the
until I
original reason why
figure
SK
things
started
out.
talking to
I
her.
mean, I'm gonna continue to do what I best at is making connection and being social and stuff like that.
Because that's a bomb to drop.
So weird.
I really didn't need to hear that from that local. It's nice.
What did she say?
Get a life, weirdo.
Oh, she might have been talking to me.
Yeah. Could've. But,
Wow, she just wanted to tea, that girl. Well, I know that's obviously hard to deal with right now. Like, I don't know,
am
maybe
gonna
I
probably end
didn't.
up stabbing somebody. One
I
of
mean,
those three.
pop
Though.
off. You need help? I got you. Like, me personally, not in like a mean way, but like I never really saw you as an Italian. You always like had a lot of going on outside of the group. And like, if you want me to be real, like back in the day, and you don't come into this category, but it felt a lot like Luciano and his goons. Like that was the vibe I'd get when we had like sit downs with them and stuff. And then you kind of felt outside of that because you had your own shit going on.
You know, you're not the first person that's told me that.
Which I mean, like, yeah, there's not a like some groups like that. Nothing wrong with that, but you were always a big personality, you know? I don't know if there was... It seemed like there wasn't that much room for big personalities.
Yeah, I don't know, even towards like the end back then, I just got treated like shit, but I didn't want to stay to be treated like shit. I went at, got up and done my own thing. Even if it was by myself. Or, you know, they didn't include me into things, even though I'm gonna be honest, it was very beneficial, but that's besides the point. They didn't really care.
I mean, they didn't back you and you got shot in the face. That speaks pretty loudly.
You know, we almost went to war for less of, you know, even Luciano having a gun pointed to his head. Something that you were a part of, and we even almost did the most, and they didn't even...
You say something I was a part of?
Me. Remember? Because you
Yeah, I
held
definitely
up
was the guy that put a gun
so
to
that
your
whole
cousin's
entire
head.
situation, yeah.
And his wife.
Yeah. Did the absolute
We did
almost
that.
most, and
We did
they
that.
didn't even do an ounce of that toward when it came to me. When it came to a decision, it was already too late.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I feel like your foot was kind of already half out the door, no?
It was, but it was kind of one of those things where I just... Maybe my foot would be back in if I would have seen what could have been built. Well, no, I'll never get to see it. But maybe that's a good thing.
So you heard about me and
Like, a few people said maybe it was a blessing in disguise.
coming over next week.
I've been with the Italians for so long. For months now, since I've gone into the city, that I never really knew what it's like to be alone. To be honest, I felt like I was only half a equal anyways.
Enjoy it. That's what I'm on right now. Like, I was the same. Like 2 months ago, I knew nothing other than Mandem. Don't get me wrong, I'm still surrounded by a lot of the same people, but it is nice to just be able to do your thing.
Hey, dude.
Don't you dare minus from me, you little bitches. You little fucks.
We'll see where everything leads, I guess.
You know I'm always down to do stuff with you. And you already built enough outside of that. You're an asset to many people. And I don't think the Italians was one of them. But there's a lot of groups around the city that would fight over someone like you. I would say I'm one of them, but I'm not in a group yet.